Hey guys, moving on to the upper panel there. I'm gonna do some putty coat, and the reason I did this, I back masked these up to the edges here. That way when I wipe this, it doesn't push over and I have a bunch of crap. And I could take my spreader and sit, cut all that out or whatever, but this is real quick to be able to stick this in here like that. Then when I'm done wiping, I can just rip it out of there and be good. So just a little, if you're good with your filler and you're not sloppy like me, you can knock this thing out and do your edges and be good to go. But I'm sloppy, so it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, make sure you get your little edges over. You have tape over there, but yeah, just quick update. Bottom's done. I'm gonna putty coat this and sand it with. I'll block it down with 180 just to get it flat, and then I'll go ahead and switch over to. I say 180. I meant 80. Then I'll switch over to 180. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Gonna shoot some epoxy. One last look at the not quite finished product, because there's a couple of spots I'm not real happy with, but I'm going to spray some epoxy down, and then if I need to, I think right here might be a little low, I'll put a little bit more filler over the epoxy there, block that down, then do my high build. So, but my epoxy is going to show me all my wavy stuff, so that's kind of where I'm at. So, and you can see it's thin, blah blah blah. Not that that matters to most people who know anything about freaking doing cars, but to the average person that's just watching this that doesn't know that much about filler, that they're scared to death because of, oh my god, you got filler all over the place. Yeah, that's like super paper thin, so it's not caked on like they used to and put chicken wire behind it and all that kind of stuff. So when you go to the car wash, the shit just falls out on the ground when you spray your car. But anyway, I could go into that rant again, but I'm not going to. So anyway, this should be nice and smooth and straight. We'll see once my epoxy is laid down. Like I said, there'll be a couple little places here and there that I need to touch up, and then I'll do my high build, and then I'm gonna let the high build shrink, and I'm gonna move on to probably doing the quarter gaps and stuff, quarter to trunk gaps. So I just want to get that, pretty much in primer so it can start shrinking and doing its thing. So alright guys, I'll bring you back when I get me some epoxy spray down. Hey guys, see you. Alright, I got 2 coats of primer on it. Sorry, picking up some rags. I'm just gonna say something. My wife always calls me a pessimist, and I'm okay with that. That's my job. I mean, honestly, as a firefighter, my outlook is prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And so I kind of take that attitude on everything. If you prepare for the worst and you get there and it's better than you thought, then you're happy. You prepare for the worst and it's the worst, and you get there, you're prepared for it. So, and I think that kind of follows me in the rest of my life somewhat too. I always think, all right, hopefully this is going to turn out really, really super nice. But I'm always pessimistic. Well, got little lumps here and there and whatever. And so when it happens, then I'm not too bad. It's not breaking my heart. I've got a little bit of something going on right around that keyhole where I did that. You can see a little wave maybe. For the most part, it come out pretty nice. Is it perfect? No. But this is my base. I mean, ultimately, I've sealed it, and from here I can go ahead and just fill the little goof up spots here and there that are a little wavy or whatever. For the most part, the panel's nice and straight, but there are just a little bit of just little stuff here and there that I see. And high build primer may take care of that. I'm not sure. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of filler over this little area here and then block it out flat again, and then I'll high build my high build after that. But yeah, for the most part it turned out pretty good. A little bit of waves just around these edges, which I kind of figured. But the guy brought me a reverse light, so I'll be able to kind of look at how far those waves go out. And if I need to, since this is the epoxy, I can go right back over it with a little bit of filler just around the outside edges, and I'll be fine. So pinholes, it pinholed just a little bit. I'm not overly worried about it. If I need to, I can go ahead and put a little bit of putty coat over the little pinholes. But you know, I think high build is gonna do a lot, and I'm seriously considering doing some slick sand, which is polyester, spray on polyester filler, and then blocking that out one time, and then doing my high build on top of that. And that would make it, I think, just as flat as you can get it. I don't know. I'll have to do a little bit more research on that stuff. I know a lot of guys like it, some guys don't, but you know, it's basically sprayable filler, and it's going to take care of any imperfections and whatever that you got. But you can see how shiny how shiny that comes out. I don't know if I've got this in for real far or not. Yeah, that might be a little better. Anyway, so probably better at the other angle, so you can kind of see. If I can get it the light right, it's kind of picking all that up. But yeah, what I did was I blocked all that down 180 to as flat as I could get it. Then I went ahead and guide coated it, and then I went over it with 180 to get all the 80 scratches out. Now there's a couple of little tiny 80 scratches I think I can kind of still pick up, but again, we're gonna go over this multiple more times, so by the time I'm done, it'll be in 600 before it gets painted, so it's gonna be, you know, gonna be smooth as glass. So, but anyway, kind of give you a little idea. Like I said, I don't know how well that picks up, but it turned out pretty good. And hell, a lot of the cars I see at car shows look like that right there when they're done. So that's pretty good for a starting base point, I think. But yeah, I love that epoxy. It just shines, and it shows you every single flaw. Right through there is a little bit of maybe a little low spot around that corner, and like I said, I don't know if that picks up, but you can just see it. And so, you know, I'll just be able to go in there and just a small tight wipe right there and kind of get that done, and it'll be good to go. And hopefully you can pick up that. It's just a little bit low right there, and that's fine. Like I said, I'll just do another little tight filler wipe over that, and then get me some high build going, and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, that's gonna be it. Probably a fairly short video, maybe 10 minutes or so, but that's all I wanted to do today, is go ahead and block that out, finish and get that done. So basically from here I'm gonna wait for 24 hours to let this cure up good, and then I'll go ahead and put my filler in the spots that I feel like it needs it once this kind of shrinks up some, and then I'll high build it, and hopefully I'll put me, you know, like I said, 4 good coats of high build on it, and let it sit, and then I'll go ahead and get the trunk back on it and start splitting these panels down through here and doing some more metal work, which is kind of nice. You know, you do a little body work, you go back to some metal work, you do a little bit more body work, you know, you go back to, so it's kind of breaking it up to where you're not just sanding, you know, because eventually I'll get to that point where that's all I'm doing is just sanding. So alright guys, I appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.